Hi everyone, welcome back to the mat. Today's flow, we're going to begin on our backs. So we're going to take the soles of our feet together, knees out wide, and just gently taking ourselves to lie on the earth. Taking our hand, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And just allowing with every breath our body to soften and relax. Our hips to open, knees just gently opening to the sides, relaxing through the face. Feeling your forehead really melts and just softens, so your eyebrows hold no tension. And feeling your breath expand into your hand. Your belly rising and falling. Heartbeat. You can feel underneath your hand. And gently start to deepen your inhalation. And pausing at the top. And then emptying all the way out. Slowing down your in-breath and your out-breath. Returning your breath, finding just a normal rhythm for your in and out. Breathing in and out through the nose. And taking the hands to the outside edges of the legs or the knees and just helping them back up to the center. From here we're going to give our knees a nice big squeeze, so really drawing in through the arms, squeezing through the knees into the chest, and then keeping the hands where they are, but then relaxing the squeeze. I'm going to go again, so squeezing in, exhaling as we release. Inhale to squeeze in, and exhale, release. One more time, inhale, squeezing in, and exhale, releasing the squeeze. Taking the hands to the top of the knees and just finding a little rolling around, some circles, guiding the knees, massaging the lower back and the hips. And you can really choose how big you want your circles to be. And linger in any spots that feel a little bit nice, juicy, or a bit sticky, a little bit more attention. You can just kind of roll around and just, experiencing some really good feel-good movement here. Taking the circles in the opposite direction. And just gently coming back to stillness. We're going to take our left leg to the earth, extending the right leg to the sky. Hands come behind the right thigh. An option here is to either extend through the left leg or you can keep it bent. So finding your variation here, and then drawing the leg back towards the head really, but keeping the shoulders relaxed. So you don't want to be pressing up like this, just nice and relaxed. And then taking some rolls here through the ankles. And then back in the opposite direction. And then pointing through that foot and flexing, really drawing the toes back towards the head, heel towards the sky. And then let's resting that foot back on the earth, extending through the left leg this time. And then taking your right leg out if you'd like to. Drawing that leg towards the body, rolling through our left ankle and back in the other way. Giving the foot a nice point, feeling into the front of the foot, maybe up into the shin and the calf. And then finding a flex here, really pulling the toes back towards the head, pressing through the foot, through the heel. Imagine you're flat against a roof, pressing right into that surface. And then gently letting that foot come back to the earth. Taking the feet again to kind of tabletop, crossing over at the ankles, hands come behind the thighs, and then just finding a little bit of momentum here, a bit of rock and roll. So coming into a bit of a ball and just rolling through the spine, letting it feel really nice. And then coming all the way to a seated position. So from here, taking our left leg out in front, right foot, actually we're going to cross it over the body. So this is option one, is just to take the right foot over, making sure sit bones are equally on the earth. Then you can take this foot and wrap it around the body as well, if that feels okay, as long as both sit bones are on the earth. We're going to inhale, extend our left arm to the sky. Exhale, bringing the elbow to kind of hook around the knee. Opposite hand is behind the body. We're going to inhale, lengthening the crown of the head to the sky. Exhaling, twisting towards the back of the room. So every inhalation we lengthen through the spine. Exhale, we twist a little further. And so let this twist come from your core, come from your thoracic, not from your neck. Your neck, as you gaze perhaps over the shoulder, is really an extension of the twist. And gently coming back to center. So a little fun thing to do with the feet here. So what we're going to do is don't move the feet at all, but come to stand, right? And then going towards your front foot, that's the way you're going to turn, keeping the feet where they are, swiveling all the way to the back, and then keep coming all the way around to the front. Your opposite leg should now be kind of crossed in front, so your left foot should be in front, and then we come to sit back down. Voila, we're on the other side. Magic. So planting that left foot down on the earth, knowing that you can have your right foot out long, or tucking it in behind the body. Into this crossed position. Making sure the sit bones are firmly planted into the earth. This time extending through the right arm. Exhaling, finding your elbow to opposite knee. Left arm comes behind the body. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, twisting through the body. And then finding that lovely rotation through the spine. Letting the head track back over the shoulder if that feels okay on your neck. Coming back to center, unraveling the body, and then just rolling over the ankles. So this is what I mean by over the ankles, or you can always just bring the feet to the side and coming over the body that way. So finding your way onto your mat, bringing your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, and just finding your cat-cow here. So spreading the fingers nice and wide. We inhale, we drop the belly, gaze comes up as our chest lifts. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, really drawing chin towards the chest, doming through the upper back. One more time, inhaling here. Exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our gaze round to our left gaze, left side of our body, looking towards our left foot. So we're stretching through our right side body here. You'll feel it in your hips, maybe in your ribs. And then we're going to inhale, come back to center. Exhale, gaze towards the right foot. Inhale, back to center. Gaze, exhale to the left. So keep flowing here as you open up your side waists. And then coming back to center. Taking our hands about a handprint forward, spreading through the fingers, tucking through the toes, and then lifting our tailbone to the sky, finding our downward facing dog, pedaling through the feet, bending the knees as much as you need to. And then just finding some stillness here. We're going to come straight into some standing poses. So we're going to lift our right leg to the sky, bending through the knee and then opening the hip. So you're kind of stacking the hip on top of the left. And then coming back to center, stepping all the way through, bringing the right foot between the hands. Take as many steps as you need to get there. Planting through our left foot here. So coming onto the blade, like kind of pressing through the blade edge of that foot. Windmilling the arms all the way up and finding our Virabhadrasana 2, our Warrior 2 pose. So alignment here is finding either heel to arch alignment or heel to heel alignment. Our left foot is parallel to back edge of the mat. Our right toes are pointing forward and right knee is tracking over right toes. This thigh, right thigh, is externally rotating, so almost twisting outwards. And also this hip is really, so this left glute is tucking under. Our shoulders stay over hips. One thing I see a lot in class is people kind of coming forward, like Warrior 2 like this, but it's this. Shoulders stacked over hips. Arms come out long. And our gaze, our drishti, our focal point, is over our right middle finger. So once you've found this pose, maybe finding a little bit of depth, breathing here can be very strong. We're going to flip that front palm. Inhale as we reverse our warrior. Left hand comes gently to touch the back leg. And then inhaling as we open through our right side body. Coming all the way back to our Warrior 2. Straightening through our right leg. We're going to find our Trikonasana, so triangle pose. We tilt back through our left hip. So left hip goes back towards the back of the mat. We're going to just tilt, right? So lengthening through the right as far as you can take that arm. And from there, you come to tilt over. Now, I suppose the common thing that I see here is that people drop their left shoulder. So you really want to stack left shoulder on top of right. So we're like almost opening the heart to the sky. So having a block handy or something that you can lift up the floor with, if the thighs, inner thighs, your whole leg is not kind of open enough yet, you take the block which lifts up the ground, which means that you can find this beautiful opening. Otherwise, you might just hover the hand, press it into the ankle or the calf, and find that there, or maybe your hand is on the earth. Ashtanga version is you pistol grip the toes. So find your variation here, and the idea is for the lengthening of your left side waist and also lengthening through the right side of the waist. Beautiful. Imagine someone's now pulling your left arm towards the sky, micro bending in those knees, lift up out of your pose, coming back to stand. We're going to just change sides now, so swiveling through our feet, taking left foot to point towards straight to the top of the mat. This being the top now, this being the back. Right foot is now parallel to the back edge of this mat. And making sure your heel is either cutting right into the arch of your right foot or heel to heel, just depending on your anatomy. So making sure our shoulders are over our hips, and then gazing over our left middle finger. Breathing here, finding that stability, that power in our warrior pose, and yet our fluid kind of upper body still feeling really relaxed. Shoulders are away from the ears, bending deeply into the front knee. Really pulling up through this back knee, this back quad. We're going to flip our front palm, inhale as we reverse the warrior. So often here I see people come out of their lunge. So make sure you're still keeping nice and deep in the lunge, feeling a beautiful stretch through the left side body. If the neck doesn't feel okay here, you can look back towards the right foot. Coming back to our warrior two, straightening through our front leg. Actually with triangle, sometimes it helps to shorten the stance slightly if you want to bring the right foot in. But we keep the legs exactly where they are. Tilting back through the right hip, lengthening forward as far as we can with our left hand, and then tilting, opening up through the right arm. A teacher said to me once, it's like you are a piece of toast, a piece of bread in a toaster. So if you ever feel like you're like this, making sure you're opening up through the chest, maybe lifting up out of the pose a little bit so you can find your alignment more than depth. And then as though someone's pulling this hand, micro bending through the knees, lifting up out of your Trikonasana, and then coming back, hands to the hips, coming back to the top of the mat. Beautiful. So next we're going to take our Malasana squat, just to finish off our little flow this morning. So taking the feet about as a little bit wider than the hips and toes pointing outwards. And so just coming to squat down on the mat. Now if your heels are like way off the earth, come higher. So kind of squat here, or you can take a block. Other option is you can actually like come and sit on a block. Or you can like roll up a towel and pop it underneath your heels. Or your mat, you can roll your mat up as well. So finding your squat here, elbows come inside of the knees, really lengthening through the crown of the head, lengthening through the tailbone, just closing down the eyes, grounding. We're going to take our right arm to the earth, opening through our left. And coming back to center, changing sides, left arm, right arm opens. Coming back, just taking that one more time, opening here. Option here is to take your right arm around this knee, opening through the left and finding a little bind, opening through the chest. Coming back through center. Left arm comes out, opening up, maybe taking the bind. Coming back through center. Let's gracefully make our way onto our bottoms. And then we'll just give ourselves a nice crossed leg here. Closing out our practice. Breathing. Taking a little scan of the body, how you're feeling in your physical body, your emotional body, your energetic body. If you have time, taking a lie down on the earth and just taking 5 minutes for some Shavasana. Drawing the hands to your heart center. Acknowledging yourself for taking the time to take this practice and connect with yourself. We bow our heads to our hearts. The light in me honors the light in you. And we say to each other, Namaste. Thanks everyone. Have a beautiful day.